Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy. I'm Don1, and I am back with another video. Last night, the NBA draft was spectacular, and we saw a lot of players move, and we saw a lot of trades. Now, the popular trade that everyone is talking about is Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler from the Chicago Bulls is going to be traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves, and the Minnesota Timberwolves gave the Chicago Bulls Zach LaVine, I think his name's Chris Dunn, as well as a couple of other players, a couple of other pieces to Chicago. Now, Jimmy Butler's trainer is happy that Jimmy Butler is going to the Minnesota Timberwolves because particularly of the coach, and the coach has a great relationship with Jimmy Butler. It's Thibodeau, okay? He used to be the coach for the Chicago Bulls, and he got fired by the Chicago Bulls because management as well as Tom, they had a disconnect as far as their relationship, where the franchise should pursue in what direction, okay? So Tom Thibodeau, okay? Can I say that 3 times? He was hired for the Minnesota Timberwolves, and he's doing great things over there, and he has a great working relationship with Jimmy Butler, so it's only going to make his progression better, okay? It's also going to make this team better, because this team is going to be mostly a defensive-oriented team. This team's going to be pretty much similar to the Milwaukee Bucks. Athletic wingmen with long arm spans. So you're going to see a lot of things in Minnesota. Hopefully these decisions will make this team grow, and hopefully this team will become a playoff team. Now, what does this mean for the Chicago Bulls? Well, obviously, if you read the writing on the wall, they're in rebuild mode, okay? They're basically going to rebuild. They're going to pretty much scrap this season. They're not necessarily looking to try to advance in the playoffs. Yes, Dwayne Wade signed his extension. He's going to be paid $24 million to stay with Chi-Town. And, of course, everyone knew that Dwayne Wade was going to take that option and take that extension, that player option, so he can get the most of his money, get more bang for his buck, because he's not going to get another deal like that if he became a free agent, okay? When you're talking about Dwayne Wade, he's no longer trying to chase rings anymore. He's got plenty of rings. He's mainly trying to recoup the money that he lost when he was a member of the Miami Heat. And basically, he's just doing it for the money. Dwayne Wade pretty much stated for the record, he really doesn't care what the other players do as far as either re-signing back to Chicago or becoming free agents. Now, when you look at the Chicago Bulls roster, however, it's not very appealing. They're going to pretty much scrap this season, and they're going to be a lottery team. They're going to try to get the highest pick they're able to get. Now, having Dwayne Wade on your roster is going to make life difficult for management, Chicago management, because he's in it to win it. But at the end of the day, they're still going to get a very impressive piece for next year's NBA draft. It may not be the number 1 pick, but it probably would be somewhere in the top 15, okay? So when you look at this trade, everybody pretty much got what they wanted. Chicago, when you talk about Chicago Bulls management, they got what they wanted. They wanted to unload Jimmy Butler. They really didn't see Jimmy Butler progress to the next stratosphere, to the next level. And now Jimmy Butler is going to pair up with his former coach, and maybe they can rework that magic again and try to get Jimmy Butler on the right path. Now, the Chicago Bulls, when you look at this draft, they have pieces, okay? They have very interesting pieces, and these pieces, Chicago is going to see how these pieces work. To me, in my opinion on it, if Zach LaVine can come back from his leg injury, I think he's a very important cog for the Chicago Bulls. As far as the other two pieces, they may stay, but you may see later on in the NBA season, the Chicago Bulls may be moving these pieces, these other two pieces, to get draft picks, okay? So for next year's draft, they will have a multitude of draft picks in the first round. They're pretty much, Chicago's pretty much having the same premise of the 76ers organization. 76ers organization just just basically depended on draft picks to make the team better, not necessarily signing free agents. And that's not the route to go, particularly when you don't know what's going on with Cleveland. Cleveland is in chaos as of right now, and the juggernaut of the Golden State Warriors, they're not going to be leaving anytime soon. For like the next 3 to 5 years, the Golden State Warriors are going to be pretty much the favorite. So everybody is pretty much banking on the future making their team better. So that's my opinion of last night's draft. Like I said earlier, both sides got basically what they wanted out of the draft. Minnesota got Jimmy Butler. They always wanted Jimmy Butler because of the relationship with the coach. And the Chicago Bulls, as you can tell from this draft, they're in rebuilding mode. Maybe Zach LaVine may stay. Depends on how he comes back from his injuries. And as far as the other two pieces, you have to have a wait and see approach with those other two pieces. They may be beneficial to Chicago organization, or they may be expendable, and maybe they'll flip these pieces for even more draft picks for next year. So you really don't know, particularly with the Chicago Bulls and management. But definitely we know for a fact they're definitely trying to get into rebuilding mode. But guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. Please, notification gang in the building. Hit that notification page, that notification icon. It looks like a bell, so you'll be informed when my next live stream or video goes down. It's your boy. I'm Chris the Dom One, and now you mute.